Here's just a basic rundown of GoGuardian. So when you go to the GoGuardian login that I provided in the email and you log in through Google, it opens up to your dashboard. And at first, you're going to see that you have a bunch of pending classes, and then you'll just go and you'll click accept on the classes. And then you'll see that they're now your active classes for the day. And you will then, the simplest way to use it is to then just when you get the kids in class, press start the class, and it pulls up all the students' Chromebooks. And you can see what's going on their screens if they're in your room at the time. You can kind of change the grid here if you want to make their screens a little bit bigger so that you can see what's going on. You can click on the chat feature to be able to send them an instant message inside of the class. That's if you have this chat feature enabled. You can also get off-task alerts. This is then just going to ask you generally what subject it is that you're teaching. So it sort of filters for if anything that's any sites that the student's on that isn't somehow related to English or history or math, that it's going to then give you just an alert. Their screen will show up in I think it's yellow, a yellow color that just says, hey, there's something going on with a student that you need to look at. You have the ability to see a timeline for each student of how much time they've spent on any given page. So it would show you, oh, this kid's been on YouTube for this long in my class, and they've been on Google Docs for this long in my class. You can take a screenshot of an individual student screen if there's something that you want to maybe send to a parent so that they know what their student was looking at in class. And you also have the ability to present to the class. So if you want to share something from your desktop or slides, this will then force those things to be visible on each student's Chromebook. If you have a mixed class where you've got maybe two different student groups, you can then say, I would like to make a student group and say, I'm going to make some custom groups in this class. These 4 people are working on this project, and I want to see that they're all still on the sites that they're supposed to be on. You know, I think the sky's the limit with what you might want that for, but that is an option as well. And then you can click end session when the class is over. The other option is instead of actively starting the class each day, you can set a schedule. You can go into settings and set a schedule, and that is a little bit further in this tutorial. To schedule your classes onto your calendar, click into the settings button and then say edit the class. And then from here, if you click on scheduling and you say add a schedule, it allows you to click the days of the week and then say the time, which is convenient since for us, most of the time, it's going to be Monday through Friday at the same time. Also, inside of your classroom, you can say reporting, and then if you want to receive emails about every session, then you can keep this clicked. If you don't want to have a lot of things like that inside of your inbox, then just uncheck this and it won't send you emails. In the general info, you can change the name of the class, you can add in a subject and the description, and this is where you decide on the scene that you want for the class. And what this is this is going to be what websites you either want blocked for this specific class, what websites you want open for this specific class, and then whether you want those to be auto-opened when the students walk in. And then you can also specify how many tabs you want open in this inside of these scenes. This is a quick look at the scenes. So scenes are over here on the side, and again, this is when you are deciding what websites are either allowed. So this first option, we could create a list and say, these are the only websites I want students to be able to access for this class period. So it's pretty easy. You say, create a list, you name the list, click next. And then this is where you would start adding in the websites that you want to be allowed for the students. Over here in more options, these quick lists are kind of handy because they allow you to quickly add some things. So like the G Suite, this is all of Google. Just by clicking on that, I'm adding all 24 of those websites that are Google websites. And I can say, add that to my scene. And then I can write down maybe more specific things like I want to have the our Canvas class. So for Weber School District, it's instructure.wsd.net. And then when you search that up, it'll show it down here and then you click added. And I want to specify that I want this always to open. As soon as the kids come in the class, I want that auto opened. Their Canvas is right there so we can look at their grades and see what's going on. Right now it's set to have no limit, but I could say I want only 5 tabs open. I'm tired of seeing 100 tabs open, so I'm going to say there's only 5 at a time. You can change them as you need them. It's easy to go back and edit your list if you found that there was a website that the kids are saying is blocked. You can then just go into your scenes again, click on the 3 dots and say edit the list. You can also say set it as the default for all of your classes, and you could make a copy of it and then add 1 or 2 things that might be for a specialized class. Another option is to create a list of simply blocked websites. That means we're allowing every website, you give the kids free rein except for this handful of sites that you don't want them on. Once you have created your scenes and then applied them to your different classes, if in the moment you realize there's a particular website that you need your kids to have access to, you can come to your dashboard here and click on check if your website is blocked, drop in that URL and say check that website, and it will tell you the classes, the names of the scenes that have currently blocked it, but it does give you the option to update your scene immediately right there, and then you can say update it to all of them right on the fly and say done.